Hello everybody, this is episode 3, almost failed 4, of For The Culture. And I'm Young Habit.
It's Rams.
Or just media.
And it's For The Culture.
Yep. How was everybody's 4th of July?
Man, my 4th of July was banging, had a cookout, 4th of July cookout, had some friends over, some family over. It was good. Played kickball, played frisbee, played, like cook. I grilled for the first time.
What was you making?
For the first time I was making some burgers, brats, hot dogs, the basic stuff,
Sure.
Out there finessing and chef.
Yeah,
I was working.
Cooking.
Just at work.
You gotta work.
Yeah.
That sucks,
Spent the whole day working. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Get money. That's it.
Hey, do your thing.
I was just chilling with family. We went down to Universal on the, the City Walk.
Okay, nice. How was that? Did they do fireworks down there?
Man, they did basic fireworks. They said we're not doing nothing special for the 4th of July.
Oh, okay.
I was appalled. I was like, but Disney is. They're like, yeah, we gotta switch it up and blah blah. I was like,
that's
like
budget cuts.
all these people.
That sound like budget cuts to me.
Wow, they save some money.
Yeah, it's like we just did the regular generic fireworks that we do every night. I was like,
Universal is big on the Halloween thing though. That's where they think is at.
Universal. Yeah, that's their bread and butter.
Yeah.
Halloween Horror Nights and stuff like that, man.
Now, if you want to see fireworks every night, they have fireworks at SeaWorld. I only know that because I used to work there. But yeah, every night they actually have fireworks at SeaWorld.
Right on. I got a question for y'all, man. Do y'all think, all right, we already know like the history of the country and all of that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was posting, I was advertising for people to come, celebrate on 4th of July, people that's, off or whatever. But I saw people like throwing shots at Facebook. It was like, oh, so y'all conscious folk, y'all conscious woke folk celebrate the 4th of July now. Oh man, y'all some blah, 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 4th of July, where y'all celebrate, you know what I'm saying? So I have a question for you, like, do you think we should be celebrating the 4th of July? You know what I'm saying? Or like, do you think it's like just a day for us to just kind of get together? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or does it go hand in hand? What's y'all thoughts on that? Because I feel like I caught a lot of heat, you know what I'm saying? Subliminals. But, I want to see what y'all thought.
I think it's kind of OD. It's kind of like saying, do we like the Philadelphia 76ers? It's the same conversation.
It sound painful, right?
But
you said the 76, I was like, I don't even like the 76.
I'm just saying, though, it's the same conversation, it's still embodying that same American culture. And, what all of that stands for, that whole independence thing. So, do you feel a part of the independence is probably what the question is. Historically, we weren't part of that. So that's where the conversation kind of starts with some people. So I'm kind of apathetic on it. I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't, I wasn't from that time period. All I can say is that, I celebrate the 4th whenever I get a day off. I definitely barbecue. I wasn't thinking that deep on it, probably, so.
I see it differently, but we kind of were a part of it, but in different type of ways. We were still here anyway.
Right.
You might as well help us get free some type of way.
Right.
And then we get the day off.
Right.
but like, do people really feel as if we do celebrate the 4th of July? Are we like turning our back on us, like ourselves?
I think people. What I heard from people is the fact that you're celebrating a holiday that your ancestors were not a part of. You're celebrating a holiday that your ancestors were not free on. So you're spending money on this day, spending extra money that you wouldn't be spending, and saying different things like that. And it's like I get it for like Christmas, but like the 4th of July, it's not like I went and bought fireworks or anything like that.
Right.
Like I just used that as an opportunity for like myself, some artists, my family, my friends to kind of get together on the day that they typically won't have off,
right?
To get together or whatever. And people were still kind of tripping, but it was weird because they was doing it behind a computer.
Right.
But it's like we was having these same conversations in person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like certain holidays and certain things is as much as the importance you put on them.
Yeah.
Other people may dress in red, white, and flag, and the red, white, and blue or whatever.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
We wasn't doing that. We was just kind of using that as an opportunity to kind of just get together and just vibe and just have a good time.
Yeah.
I don't think nothing's wrong with that.
I don't see no wrong with that either. But, you know, some people are really, really OD on stuff like that. You know, they really gotta, you know, they feel that way. You know, some people do still feel some type of way about that. When you look at history, there's a lot of history that people don't know about what used to happen on the 4th of July. You know, I had a good history teacher in college, so there's a lot of stuff out there, and it's painful to see if you look at some of the documentation and photographs even. But that's a deeper conversation than, you know, even I want to get into, because that's where the real history is that those people are derived from. That painful history that people have somewhat forgotten. So I encourage people to go look that up. You know, look at what the 4th of July was like during the 1930s, and 1940s.
Right. But I mean, that, to me, that's like any other day. You know what I'm saying? Should we not live? You know what I'm saying?
Of course. But this was like pre-civil rights. This was real racism. This was not like, oh, you know, I couldn't get a cab. This was real racism.
I hear you. I think
you know what I'm saying?
True slavery is when like your oppressors, even on a mental level, could scare you out of just celebrating, you know what I'm saying? Anything, you know what I'm saying? Not
True.
We're not celebrating America's independence when we're freaking barbecuing on, you know, we're celebrating the fact that, hey, we don't have to work, you know what I'm saying? We can get together with family.
Technically, we started celebrating our own independence.
Their definition is one thing, our definition is another thing. And, you know what I'm saying? To me, you know, because it was kind of like I was feeling some type of way, because I know for a fact, I know where some of these people that was criticizing work. So it's like, you're criticizing me saying I'm celebrating a white man's holiday when I'm not celebrating a holiday. I'm just celebrating the fact that we're off. But I don't work for the white man. You work for the white man. That's why y'all couldn't even come to it anyway. So you're criticizing me for celebrating a white holiday, but the next day you're gonna go work for the white man's economy. So man,
right. So that's kind of hypocritical thinking. Like,
but they don't think like that though.
You know, are you mad because you didn't get a day off, or are you mad because you know you got the day off and you can't do nothing? I don't know what it is, but you should be enjoying yourself. Yeah, that's how I see it. Enjoy
they coming
yourself.
at me for that, and
you know.
But I was like, when I work, I don't work. I work for myself. Right. I don't work for the white man. You work for the white man. So how you did criticize me for celebrating on the 4th? I'm doing it because
you also get to celebrate the independence of being in America. Well, we got that decision though. Right. So you know we celebrating extra hard.
Yeah. Right.
You're like, all right,
you know, celebrate your freedom, because not everybody has it, you know, in general, especially, you know, a lot of black men. So that alone is something to celebrate. You know, so
get together.
You know, kudos to that. I understand people, you know, who have strong feelings about it, because again, if you know your history, there is a reason to feel some type of way, but you can't hold a grudge for your grandparents forever. You know, at what generation are you gonna let go and look forward? So that's what I have to say to that.
It's like for me, I feel like it's the Tupac theory. You know, like every Tupac is known to be very what's the thing, like he'll make a song called "I Get Around" and then turn around and make a song like "Brenda's Got a Baby." Like he's very I don't want to say hypocritical, but
that's what
it's
America
very,
is,
like,
though.
back and forth. You know what I'm saying, with his thing. So I feel like us as Americans, like we can't demonize somebody for celebrating a quote unquote white holiday, but then around that same person that's demonizing them for it is going to Walmart.
I mean that's what Nas quoted when he was releasing Hip Hop Is Dead during that time, is that he says that the reason why he released it was because he notices that he's a big hypocrite in his own music all the time. You know, he made I Am, but he also made Uchiwali, you know, so he also played that kind of, you know, dynamic, you know, juxtaposition on why it's good to place those kind of balances. You know, we need balance. And, you know, a lot of what we have as Americans comes from bloodshed. Yeah. So are we hating on that? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know Rayshawn, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you're a veteran, so, like, how do veterans feel about that?
Oh, we love the 4th of July.
Okay, so.
We love going out with everybody in blue. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of veterans go out and get free stuff, but, but you know, if that's your thing, if you're a vet, going out and get free stuff, hey, that's on you.
Especially
but I go out and I chill with my peoples.
Right.
Because, like, shit, being in, a lot of them don't get to see their people. So shout out to all the enlisted out there who don't get to see their family on the holidays. Because there's a lot of them that don't. You may get the day off, but you probably stuck somewhere you don't really want to be.
Yeah.
And it's hot.
Yeah.
Message to Shea Butter Twitter and the Hoteps on Twitter, all of y'all cats. If y'all don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, something should be done, like, you practice that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else's reason, like, don't criticize somebody else for doing something. Like, your reason, maybe your reason, their reason, maybe their reason. Y'all both could be, you know what I'm saying, fair and righteous. But when you, like, start, like, trying to, like, demonize somebody else doing something and you not living 100%, then we got to pull your card, too. So, like I said.
Honestly, you know what I'm saying? Do you. You know, just do you. Period.
Stop criticizing them, you know what I'm saying, everybody else.
You know what I'm saying? Don't look left, don't look
You
right.
be the example.
Just
A lot of
look
people be
forward.
hating on other people's business.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all I
like,
do.
you be the
like,
example, man. You be the change.
That's why I say you can't really have an opinion on how somebody else spends their time. You know, how you spending yours.
Well, you know, we got Fat Food. He out there getting the ears to the streets, and we're going to go ahead and check him out.
All right, word. Check them out.
All right, y'all, so this is Ear to the Streets, man, and we're here with the kitchen, man, and we want to know, man, what's up? Who we got with us is my man Derek.
This is Derek, kitchen co-creator. You know, we're really out here just trying to promote something positive. Homegrown Orlando for you. Our whole thing is, the reason why we called it the kitchen is because when you think of Orlando, like I was saying, there's a lack of brand identity.
Exactly.
So it's like, where do you go to get heat in Orlando? You gotta come to the kitchen.
You gotta come to the kitchen.
You know, so we
Where's
deal
the heat
with
at?
cakes
That
like
makes a lot of
this,
sense.
exclusive stuff like this. I don't know if you're into sneakers like that. Newest Zebra Yeezys that came out last week.
Yeah.
Of course, I got the classic red ones on. So it's kind of like those prices are a little higher than retail, so you can't take the heat. That's
Come
what
to
I'm
the
saying.
kitchen. Come to the kitchen or
You
get
know
out
what
the
I'm saying?
kitchen.
Get out the kitchen.
Okay, that makes a lot of
But
sense.
we're also focused on giving back a lot. So a lot of our stuff's going to be food related because nobody really gives back anymore in the community. So we're going to be doing giveaways where we give away stuff back to the community all for free. You know what I'm saying?
That's perfect.
Really raise that awareness, tie it into the whole kitchen theme, food related.
That's perfect.
You know?
That's gonna be something for like Thanksgiving,
Exactly.
something like that.
Yeah.
Then that's dope. I want to be a part of that.
I'm glad.
I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
After this interview, we're gonna link up and I'm gonna get y'all info.
Absolutely.
I will be a part
Make
of
sure your
that.
chain's visible, bro. This is about
Yeah,
us right
yeah,
now.
show that thing,
Flex.
boy. Flex on them, dog.
We gotta be less stiff.
By the way, man, this is Anthony with the kitchen, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell them about yourself, man. What do you do? Where you from?
I'm from Deltona. I work at my family's restaurant over in, we have a bunch of them over in the area.
Okay.
I make pizza over there, then
Okay.
when I'm not making pizza, I'm working on this.
Are you working on the kitchen?
Yeah.
What are you doing exactly for the kitchen?
In the kitchen, I'm doing whatever I can do, basically.
Whatever you could do.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically you are guerrilla marketing. That's what we
Yeah.
call that, guerrilla
Yeah.
marketing. You're gonna rock it, you're gonna get it to the
Exactly.
people, you're gonna make sure that you with them
Exactly,
100%.
it's all I wear.
Where you based at in Orlando?
Right by UCF, University House. Dream started in the college apartment, you know, so you know it starts real. Gotta start somewhere. You know, Apple started in a garage, we gotta start in our college apartment.
Right.
We're out here trying to push positivity. When you think Orlando, you don't really think about anything except corporate things like Disney, the Magic, Universal, whatever. So
Right.
why can't we create something homegrown, made in Orlando, by Orlando? So the premise behind the kitchen, the spot to get heat in Orlando, you gotta come to the kitchen.
As far as where can they get the clothes at? Is it online? Do you send them to them? Do you
Right.
have a shop? Do you have a kiosk or something? Are you working on that?
Right, so we have shirts produced already. We've been selling them online. They're available at WeDon'tCookFood.com.
WeDon'tCookFood.com.
Yep, every purchase hand delivered, and you get a little personally handwritten thank you note, something that's not done anymore.
That's cool.
Just to show that appreciation, appreciate you for cooking with the kitchen every time.
That's
and
cool.
that's something that, as a consumer myself, to know that somebody went out of their way to handwrite a thank you with my first name in there, you know, that's something I appreciate. So even if 1 out of 10 people can appreciate that, just know that's what we're about.
That's
You know,
very
we're
sincere.
classy.
That's
Yeah.
very sincere.
Yep.
That makes people want to shop again.
Exactly.
You feel me? They're like, man, even girls who people who like, man, I want that guy to write to me again.
Exactly.
Don't ever stop that.
Yeah.
Even if you got 1,000,000 orders.
I don't care, because that's...
If you got 1,000,000 orders, you think it'll stop that, Anthony?
No, no.
Not at all.
Nah?
No.
He gonna have you writing some of them.
Yeah.
That's dope though. That's dope though, man. I know as far as with the brand or whatever, what else do you have? Is it just t-shirts?
Right.
Are you like what? Do you do tanks?
So what we started off doing is what we have available are these shirts right here, which is
Okay.
our original logo. You know, we call it the OG logo.
Yeah, the
'cause
OG
you
logo.
got to start from
It's the
somewhere.
first. It's the first jump.
Exactly.
Excuse me,
So
the first jump.
this is going to be the next colorway that's starting soon. We're on that copper flow right now, but you can feel these shirts themselves. The material's not just like the cheapest print. It's breathable.
Oh no.
It's a very Florida specific thing, because as you can tell, I'm glistening right now, just shining with this
Yeah,
sweat.
man, we sweat, man. It's 110.
You know, we're really out here.
Orlando, Florida's hot.
We're really out here cooking with the kitchen, but the goal was just to create a product that was breathable and that wouldn't deteriorate, that holds up after washes. They're priced only at $20, which is very cheap for the value you're getting. You're getting something homegrown. You're supporting kids that want to, you know, make a difference. And honestly, nobody really buys shirts for $20 anymore that last that long.
That lasts for real.
Yeah, so just know we try to price it realistically because we're college students ourselves, and not everybody has $40, $50 to spend on a t-shirt. You know, so we want to create a culture to where you want to be proud that you can wear this.
That's dope.
You know.
For my last question, really, I wanted to know what brought you into this? Why are you so creative? Why are you so into this? How come you're not into med school?
It's a necessity.
It's a necessity?
It's a necessity because the culture is very cutthroat. It's very savage. Nobody wants to help each other, and I'm not like that. You know, your whole life you're told nice guys finish last, all this stuff. You got to be cutthroat. Look at where I'm at right now, and look at where we were a few months ago. You know, we've already linked up with celebrities. We've got athletes on deck.
Okay,
we've got a lot of people behind us that are coming up, and I didn't have to change up, and that's the goal with the kitchen. You know, you get to be yourself. You get to promote who you are, but you don't need to be some kind of image. You know.
Shout out to the kitchen, man.
Yeah,
Good shit.
just trying to grow that authentic experience.
Okay, I like that, man.
Yeah.
This is Ear to the Streets, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're here with the kitchen, man. Y'all need to go to WeDon'tCook.com, right?
WeDon'tCookFood.com.
WeDon'tCookFood.com, man. Who y'all got the shout out, man? Who been helping y'all, man?
Hey, we got to shout out Ugly Tea Shirt Company for printing these. Chico the Don, you're always looking out for us. We got to shout out Chris Barton, always looking out for us. Original Day Ones, Joey, the parents. Anybody that thought they couldn't do something, you know, this is really for you. This is a brand for you, Orlando. Anybody else you got to shout out?
Nobody else.
Nobody?
No,
What's that restaurant? What's that restaurant?
Anthony's Pizza.
Come to Anthony's Pizza, y'all.
You know,
because they got the kitchen shirt on too, man. So you're gonna see it's all in the family, y'all.
Exactly.
And we are Ear to the Streets, y'all.
Thank you for tuning in with us.
So did y'all check out that JayZ album?
444. Definitely. A lot of shots.
Did you get the title subscription out? Did you get the title subscription?
Hey,
I got a Sprint and it still won't let me get it.
Really? I got to show you. I got to hook it up for you, bro.
I know. I got a homeboy who had Spotify, and you know what I'm saying, like Snoop said, I had to get it from the homie. So, but I definitely heard it, and I definitely saw that, you know, it definitely reverberated across hip hop to the point where a lot of people had opinions about it. A lot of people felt some type of way.
They made this shit secretive.
You know,
you can't just get it on YouTube. You can't just like.
You know, we got classic memes and all that. You know, everybody getting their stuff right in the memes. You know, like JayZ album just kind of influenced people to do things that they weren't doing before. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like the meme about Future, seeing the sun. And, you know, so it's crazy. Like, there was a lot of shots thrown on that album, like towards different rappers, like Future and some of the young rappers who post money near their ear. Mm-hmm. There's a specific line he says in there. He says, y'all posting on the ground with money near your ear, there's a disconnect. We don't call that money over here.
Yeah.
And that kind of sent shockwaves. Because you had Black Youngster posting a box of money next to his ear. You had Future doing the same because of the line that he threw at Future about, you know, another guy raising your son playing football with him. So there was a lot of shots thrown at a lot of different people from different genres, different industries. It's a very sophisticated album. I only listened to 5 songs on it. I gave it an 8.6 in my Facebook post, and I broke it down if y'all want to check that out. But again, I only heard 5 songs, and it was definitely a lot of the lines I didn't catch till the next day. I was reading on social media and seeing how people was reacting to him, and I was like, whoa, I didn't catch the Future line. I didn't catch that. Like, he kind of threw that past me. So, yeah, you know, how y'all feel about it?
See, I think it's about time he hit us with another one.
Right.
He said singles here and there. He was like, oh, JayZ got a new track, but no project.
Right.
And then I wonder how long he's been holding this.
Oh,
It'd be like to do the whole title thing to where he's like, I'm gonna drop
3
this
years.
on my own.
3 years since his last release. It doesn't feel like it's been that long though.
It don't.
Because he's been dropping features.
What was it? Magna Carta. That was the last one.
I think so. But this is his 13th release, and it's been 3 years since he actually dropped his last one. And the irony of that, one of the other extra things that happened, other rappers who were victimized by the shots thrown from the 4/4s was Young Buck. Young Buck dropped his album on the same day as JayZ.
Yes. I mean,
Epic fail.
It's a holiday when
You had 3 years to get your shit right, and JayZ said that shit. He said y'all got X amount of time to get y'all shit right.
Yeah.
In one of his posts, and he was right because Young Buck was not happy. Another person not happy is Boozy, and they both actually just dropped a single on World Star called Amber Alert. So I guess there might be some politics behind that. But Boozy got a call from the label telling him not to post money near his ear. So Boozy also sent a special fuck you to JayZ and the label. So there's a lot of clips out there. Hopefully our editors get those on there. But yeah, that's a lot of salt out there.
All right, so let me say what I thought about the JayZ album. I thought the JayZ album was his most personable album. Anybody that knows JayZ know he's a very kind of quiet, kept type of person, very sophisticated. I think the album was his most personable album. He talked about the cheating situation, cheating rumors with Beyonce, Becky with the good hair. He talked about him being a father. He talked about racism, obviously, with J-Bo. He even poked fun at himself in terms of I was the poster child for this thing or whatever. I think everybody's most talked about song is the OJ story or whatever. Cause
the real OJ.
The real OJ or whatever.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying, just kind of breaking that down, breaking that science down, is definitely. I wouldn't even call it a conscious album. I would say it's a real album about his life. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about his life, his experiences with what's new money, what's old money, how he's talking about investing and different things like that. It's an album like you've never heard JayZ ever do before. A lot of people are saying that, oh man, it's dated or the beats ain't really good. People don't realize that.
It's not a Metro Boomin mixtape. Y'all
people
not gonna
realize.
get Metro. Y'all not gonna get, at least from the songs I heard, what you are gonna get, you're gonna get that nice, retro 90s, sampled feel to it, kind of like a vintage feel to it. So that's, again, look at the Black album. That's the kind of sound you're gonna get from that album. So he did it very well. He was not trying to be like the rest. This was not a Future feature. This was not one of those tracks. It was a JayZ flow kind of album,
I saw a meme online where it described it the best way. I probably won't say it in doing it justice, but it has something to go where JayZ just released an album with no catchy hooks, no boombastic, you know what I'm saying?
No real 808s.
No commercial beats, just straight lyrics. Just music and lyrics, and the music complemented the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? And that's really how it was supposed to be for the last 17 years, since the 2000s, the 90s or whatever. I think we have not, our ear is trained that the beat gotta be better than, you know what I'm saying? The lyrics is the less important thing. The beat has to be whatever it has to be, or it has to be a catchy hook. That's been most important, and JayZ flipped it and took it to where the art's supposed to be, where the lyrics are the things that matter, and the beat's supposed to complement the lyricist, and he's being personable on the album, so he's revealing himself and dropping jewels and giving you knowledge. So for me, it's top 3 JayZ albums. I can't really figure out, which one is better. Maybe it's Reasonable Doubt, the Black album, and then this one. But 444 is definitely a classic album, and it's great. And I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, can't forget, executive produced by No ID. Shout out to No ID.
Yeah, No ID, man. Kanye.
The inventor of the death of auto-tune.
So let's talk about the shots, though. I want to talk about the shots.
What about
just start off with Kanye. Do you think he was actually taking shots at Kanye? People,
I don't know,
or
man.
dissing Kanye. I feel like he was just addressing the situation.
I don't know, man. When you say F JayZ in front of X amount of thousand people, that's pretty much there's a cold war going on with them. Apparently Kanye is suing Live Nation, or I believe Tidal, because he's owed $3 million in back-end pay for music videos he's supposed to be reimbursed on, and all kinds of things. So there's real money being thrown around, and real talks, Kanye, potentially leaving Tidal because of all this stuff. So there's a lot more salt out there, man. A lot more salt. I think the thing about a JayZ album that people forget is that you don't get the bodies till like 20, 30 days after. Because it takes a lot of time to analyze some of the stuff that he's putting out there. Right. Even the stuff you do analyze, you go back and you realize, man, there's a double entendre there.
Genius.
Like,
then that's not the norm in today's music, and I think that's why a lot of rappers feel a type of way, because they know they never produce anything like that. Yeah. But Jay just showed you how to do it, and that's why people feel it like the prototype.
A lot of people was throwing salt, but a lot of people endorsed it. One of the few, Kendrick, the last Code album we had this year, so that says a lot. If his opinion is that this is still great, this is still a classic, Snoop says this is a classic, so I mean, you're getting that from the best. So I would definitely check out 444. It's a work of art. I like this a lot better than the Magna Carta and some of the other later projects that he released. The Blueprint 3 was not the Blueprint 1 or 2. So
I think
that alone says it. That alone, if anybody
feelings,
that alone, the Blueprint 3 was not the Blueprint 2.
I'm gonna tell you, 2 and 3 was all over the place.
You know what I'm saying? No, The Gift and the Curse was a classic. The Gift and the Curse had a lot. I admit,
had too many tracks.
Too many tracks. But if he consolidated that album, that would have been, hands down. But again, he did a lot of that track in a couple of days. They said he did 20 songs in one day for the Blueprint 2.
And the Blueprint 1 probably only had like 10 or 12 songs. I feel like a tighter album, less songs, makes it more of it's less room for error, you know what I'm saying? Right. He had a song with freaking Kanye West on the Blueprint 2. The Bounce. The Bounce. That shit was
Bounce. I'll show you how to get that shit stove, man.
That was not good.
Bounce.
That should have been an extra cut, bro.
I turned the key to an ounce. Show how to bounce.
Good, bro.
Even Jay's worst tracks are better than some of these tracks that you hear, because he got, man, you listen, go back, check that out, man. I'm not even gonna argue that.
One is definitely
like, I like that song. That's what I'm saying. Like, shoot, I thought that was hard,
Yeah.
But I don't know what else you had to say about 444. Any news on that that you got this week?
No. I do want to address Future and Boosie and stuff like that. With Lil Boosie, he wasn't necessarily coming at JayZ. People were leaving comments on his Instagram account saying that, are you gonna keep posting money, you know what I'm saying, on your thing? And he just got so tired of it that he said, look, whatever JayZ do is what JayZ do, whatever I do is what I do. It wasn't really like a diss. He gave respect to him. Now with the Future thing, everybody, it's like that fight or something like that. Like, the people surrounding it is making it more than what it actually is.
Right.
JayZ just made a witty line. He said, in the future, niggas will be playing football with your son.
Right.
Meaning he's addressing him cheating on Beyonce and him having a child, and another man taking the place as the stepfather. He wasn't throwing shots at Future. These rappers are so sensitive.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and that's exactly what it is that he's just being good with his pen, and I do it all the time. So that's it. I like to throw the greatest names out there under the bus in my lines and have you think I'm throwing a shot when really I'm paying homage. Because that's what you're really doing. You're acknowledging that if you're important enough to mention on this song, then obviously you are part of pop culture. You are the now. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why this has some of the retro feel, because it does sound musically and aesthetically kind of old in terms of vintage wise, how it sounds to your ears. You could be in a time machine and literally think this is what the Black Album feels like. But the topic, the contents, I gave it a 10 out of 10 in content, because Jay has a lot to say. So much to say that even in 5 songs, you're going to have to, replay it back and play it back again, and then look at the news later and look at the lines you didn't catch before, because...
And people like Future don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? You can listen to their song, never hear a word they saying, and that's all the substance that they have. So it just is what they don't understand lyricism. So they're looking at everybody else's reaction to the line, and they're taking it as a diss, and that's why they're putting the money on to stack to the thing where everybody knows. People like Bill Gates, people like, you know what I'm saying, Warren Buffett, they don't put money, they got the most money in the world. They don't put money to their ear. JayZ is trying to give you game, and you still choosing to be ignorant.
Yeah, he says it. He says, I'm giving you, what, $1 million worth of game for $9.99. I mean,
and they can still bootleg the stuff. Like, come on, y'all not even trying to support a black businessman that's trying to stand next to Steve Jobs and all of that stuff. Come on, man. It's like self-reflection.
And even that line, that one line, people are gonna flip that. They're gonna say, "Oh man, he's Illuminati." That's what that means. And it's like, yo, man, stop it right now. Like, just
if Illuminati come out just like this, sign me up.
They say that, man.
Like,
I'm gonna say one thing about the Illuminati when it comes to black people. My best friend is 6'3".
Yeah.
He went to, and this is when he went to college. 6'3". He went to like University of Madison, predominantly white college. The reason why people look at black rappers as Illuminati because they can't fathom a hardworking, successful person being in the same room as them. So that 6'3", my best friend, everybody thought he was a basketball player, but he was actually going to school for computer science.
Right.
So anytime anybody, you know what I'm saying, like say anything about Illuminati, because they can't fathom the idea that you worked hard for your money.
Right.
That's it. That's all it is.
We got some free game right here. You know that's
That's what I said, man. That's how I feel.
Yeah, that's some good
You
game.
know with the 555.
You know what I'm saying? Good game, man.
You know,
So,
How y'all feel about these new NBA trades with that Chris Paul saying bye to the Clippers and Paul George is departing from Indiana and moving on to OKC?
Man, I haven't been following the trades as much as I've been following the money. I mean, dude, everybody on the Warriors just got a big check. Everybody on the Warriors got paid, son. Iguodala, what, 38 million for what, 3 years? The highest gross salary in the NBA, Stephen Curry, 200 mil for 5 years.
5 years.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's money. There's a lot of money being thrown out there.
They can't let them go. You see these super teams that's about to get built.
Oh yeah,
People out there building transformers in their garage to come hoop against them.
They're getting the ammunition together, bro. It's about to be a cold season next
I
year,
think
bro.
Paul George and Westbrook is gonna be a nice combo.
Paul George.
Yeah,
That is gonna be a nice combo. I ain't gonna lie.
They needed
I'm
to give
scared.
Westbrook some help, though.
Yeah,
Yes.
But
I
they
thought,
watching daily.
who's better, Durant or Paul George?
Durant.
Okay, so to me, then that, like, just how I feel about the trades is Kanye short. Like, I don't care because it's not really shaking. Like, the East is still gonna be the East. If anything, Cleveland's stronger.
But nah,
And then the West is still the West, but I don't feel like Oklahoma is no better than when they were with Durant, and they were just like a above average team.
see, but now Westbrook is dropping almost 50 points a game. He had MVP. Now
True, indeed.
you
He
just
was a
popped him
fifth seed.
on, and then you just popped him on with another All-Star caliber player. So now you kind of got more, and Westbrook got to do less work. He's not getting as tired. They don't got to take him out. He can set it off in the fourth quarter now, and now he got help.
True.
He's not
true.
just getting double teamed.
Well, George could take off in the fourth quarter, and you know,
Exactly.
they won't like lose points or whatever because Westbrook is sitting down.
He can rest his ankles. you
That's
know.
cool. But I still don't make that. I don't think that they're better than Houston. You know what I'm saying? They're not better than Houston. They're definitely not better than Golden State.
I put 75 cents on the next game. 3 quarters on who's gonna win.
I mean, what about the draft, though?
So yeah.
I mean, the draft, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got Lonzo Ball with the Lakers. They still in rebuilding stage. Obviously, they may make the playoffs, but they not really, you know, they know. They
I don't
ain't
know.
no
LeVar said he's gonna take him to the playoffs first year.
Yeah, but that's
How you
cool.
feel about
We can
that?
be the AC, but that's not really going to mess up the Cleveland
That's a big
Cavaliers Golden
statement.
State dynamic. You know what
Anything
I'm
can
saying?
happen in the playoffs though. That's 7 games. You gotta consistently play through.
Big time. And Lonzo is a rookie, you know what I'm saying? And
That's
you
a
know,
lot of weight on his shoulders.
He's a distributor, you know what I'm saying? So name some other people he could distribute the ball to,
Right.
other than, you know what I'm saying, really knowing it's
Yeah,
Lonzo.
he got to do a
You gotta have
triple
some
double,
shooters,
and
you
even
gotta
with
have-
that ain't doing it now in the NBA. Triple double ain't gonna get you there.
Nah, ask Westbrook.
You need a
you know what I'm
supporting
saying?
cast. Yeah. Hashtag Westbrook.
Yeah,
You
you know
know?
what I'm saying? So
So
You need a
Don't
squad.
say Westbrooks.
So yeah, I don't know what else is happening in the NBA.
all I know is Golden State and Cleveland's gonna be back in the finals, and then they're probably gonna lose, and LeBron is going.
He going to the
Sayonara.
Lakers. We will see
Sayonara.
LeBron at the Lakers
We'll
soon.
probably see LeBron.
They've been rumored. I think who said that was gonna happen? Was it Jalen Rose or somebody? One of the analysts predicted that. Yeah, that James will be in LA in 2015,
Kyrie with
2018. Oh no, by 2018. No, in 2018 he becomes a free agent, I believe, and he lives literally like down the street from the facility. So that's why people are like putting 1 and 2 together.
I mean, it's
like,
Los Angeles. You want to live? Would you rather live in Los Angeles or Cleveland?
Hey, he came back home. He did what he had to do.
And he realized how cold it was. He's like,
He did exactly what he had to do. But you know what? Cleveland gone, boy. It's gonna be a lot of jersey burning if he leave again.
Hey, it is what it is. There'll be a lot of people buying jerseys in LA too. So
there'll be a lot of jerseys being burned again, boy.
But I hope he. I mean, I feel like Golden State is gonna win it again this year. You know what I'm saying? They're strong. They're pretty much got the same core as they did before. And then the year before that, they won 73 games. So like
they definitely reinvested in that cast. They didn't let nobody go. And they didn't let nobody go. They paid the 6th man. So
Livingston and Iguodala. I'm like, I ain't know Livingston was on the squad no more.
Like for real, they paid the 6th man. They was like, nah, y'all staying right here, yo. We get more rings. Don't y'all leave. Don't y'all leave. We coming right back. Like,
right.
All right, everybody. Once again, for the culture, and we about to ride out on here.
All right, y'all be easy.
Be easy. Peace.
Shit, we good.
I was 47 light-skinned chicks, and they're all ready for it.